Hello, this is Samuel from Action Figure Fury, and today I'm bringing you a slightly different video from the usual normal ones I do. As you can see here, I've got a number of the NECA retro figures. These are all the retro NECA figures I have in my collection. So I haven't collected any of these for quite some time. Then again, I've been collecting other stuff, and unfortunately starting to fall on the wayside. But there's still some gaps in my collection. Like I still need to pick up a few more of the Freddys and I think there's one or two Jasons I haven't got yet, and a few other characters which I haven't got. Plus, I've got some more new retro figures coming out in the near future, which I've got my eyes on, which are really, really good. But as it stands, this is my NECA retro collection. As you can see, it's mostly horror, with the exception of Snake Plissken. But I'll show you guys, show you those later on. Well, first things first, I'm going to show off the artwork. I'm not sure how these are going to appear on camera, but let's give it a try. Firstly, this is the I think I'm actually moved the camera back. I'll move it back just for a second while. This is the Scream 4 Ghostface. You can see I've got Ghostface just behind there. This is the artwork that came with the retro card. I keep all the cards because the artwork is fantastic on them. This is from Scream 4, but then again, that Ghostface can be from any of the Scream films. Looks really, really good. Gives you just a description of the back of the figure, logo and whatnot. Really, really nice. Jeffrey Trapp did the art. I know he works for NECA. Jeffrey Trapp did the artwork for this one. Quite nice. It's not my favourite. It's a good, nice piece. Another one, of course, I got is the Friday the 13th Part 5, A New Beginning. This one's really, really cool because he's got the iconic shears there, which the figure does come with, but I haven't got on me at the moment. It's got some accessories in storage. You see the logo there. Looks really, really nice. Go on the back, you get various snapshots of the figure as well. It looks really good. Got the logo. This is by John Wardell. They work with a number of artists, NECA do for these, and the artwork is phenomenal. Of course, this was the only Jason, Part 5 Jason they released until they started the Ultimate line, where they released Roy and also Dream Jason. That's really, really nice. Next one, this is from SDC. I forgot what SDC this was, 2015 or 2014. No, it doesn't say. This was a from San Diego Comic Con 2014, 2015. I can't really remember. Or 2015, I can't remember when this came out. But this is obviously the card for Pamela Voorhees and Little Jason Voorhees. This was an SDC exclusive, so it was very, very hard to get. Luckily, my friend sent this to me. It's really, really nice. I love the art. Of course, it was released before I forgot the name of the actress who played Pamela Voorhees passed away. So there's back of the artwork here. Jason Edmonston, he does quite a number of artwork for NECA for these retro figures. So you see Jason there. I've got most of the accessories, a few accessories missing. I've got the accessories, they're just in storage, which includes Pamela Voorhees' axe and the moss thing for Jason. Next we got up is one of my favourite artwork pieces is Friday the 13th Friday the 13th Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2 Freddy's Revenge. This is a really, really cool artwork. I do love the art for it. Very simple. I see the iconic bust and the dreamscape there. Really, really nice. And there's Freddy picking out his head. Really, really cool. I did love this artwork a lot. This was the only Part 2 Freddy I've got until I've got the Ultimate figures, but you'll see that in the upcoming video. Yeah, features interchangeable head and hands. This is really, really nice. I've got the interchangeable head and hands there in storage at the moment. But I did have a problem with the head, but this is a really, really good figure. Of course, this is done by Thomas Milner. I do love his artwork as well. This is one of my favourite cards. This is the Friday the 13th Part 6 Jason Lives. This came out shortly before they did the Ultimate figure, which of course I've got on. You'll see that in an upcoming video. Here's the artwork here. Looks really, really nice. And the iconic scene where Jason gets reawakened in Part 6 with the lightning rod. Really, really cool. And the artwork is again done by Jason Edmonston. It's fantastic. I've got some of the accessories for this Jason, including that fence post, but unfortunately mine snapped, and unfortunately the little thing near his sheath is broken as well. But I've got the Part 6 Ultimate as well, so I'm happy to have both. So very, very happy. Next is this one. The first ones that NECA released was the Nightmare on Elm Street. It's just quite different. This one's the first figure they recently released to Part 3 Jason and the iconic from original Nightmare on Elm Street Freddy. Really, really nice. You can see I've got him just there. figure. This is the artwork on the back. Just gives you pictures of the figures, the first 2 figures, a bit of description, and John Wardell did the post artwork for that one. Next up, we've got the Evil Dead 2 Hero Ash artwork. I guess there's Henrietta flying at him there. Is that Henrietta? Yeah, it looks like Henrietta. Or some of the van. It looks like Henrietta anyway. There's a poster of Dash with his chainsaw up in the air, shotgun in the other hand, in his hand. Really, really cool pose. Really simple art with the Evil Dead 2 logo on top. And John Wardell did the artwork for this one. Of course, in this one you see the 2 Deadeye Ash as well, which I haven't got. That was some really nice artwork, and it's Hero Ash, which I've got standing there as well. Really, really nice. Almost coming to the end now. This is one of my favourites. I know when NECA announced they're doing a retro Snake Plissken from Escape from New York, I had to get it. It did take a while to arrive, but I'm very, very happy with it. And this is the artwork, retro card it came with. Really, really nice. You can see Snake Plissken there, baseball bat, gun in hand with the, the timer and the other thing. Well, I can't remember seeing the film in the one. You got to see the New York landscapes, some helicopters. Really, really nice artwork. I know this figure was meant to be testing the waters to see the success of this, if they could do a fully 7-inch plastic version, but alas, nothing's happened as yet. I'm not sure if the figure sold well. It's a shame. I'd like to get a fully plastic version, but I'm very, very happy with the retro version as it's the only Snake Plissken figure I've got in my collection. It's really, really nice. You get loads of accessories, which I've all got on him. Really, really good looking figure. And also, I should mention, the artwork is done by Justin Osborne for Fright Rags, so it's really, really cool. So I'll show it again. It's really, really nice looking figure, artwork. And the final art one I've got to show here is the Friday the 13th. It's a generic, I think it's part 3 or part 4. I'm not too sure. I know the figure's more based on part 3 because it hasn't got the split in the head. But it looks really more of a generic poster, but you can see a really cool picture of Jason there, machete in hand. Cabin in the background, dark foreboding wood with the moon. Looks really, really cool. I'd love to have these framed. I haven't got any of these framed yet, but really, really nice. And also on the back here we've got art by John Wardell again. These are all the retro cards I have for the figures. I've got these. That's the only cards I've got for the figures. I'm planning to pick up more of the retro figures, both with the new packaging and the old packaging, because I do love the old ones with the artwork. So I'm definitely picking up some more of those in the future. I'm going to put those to the side for now. As you can see, I've got the setup here, but I may have to put some figures to the side and show figures one by one, because it's going to be a bit. Some of these figures are a bit topsy-turvy, a bit tipsy. They can fall over quite easily. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just pause the video in a moment, put some of the figures aside, bring show each figure up close, so you can see what they look like and all the accessories I've got with them. Some I haven't put in storage, but it gives you a good look at what the figures are like if you're looking to get these figures yourself. This is just a retrospective review of the retro figures I have in my collection, and I'll definitely getting more. Anyway, just going to pause for a moment, guys. First 2 figures I'm going to show here is the NECA SDC exclusive Pamela Voorhees and young Jason. These are very, very hard to get. You can't get these at all now, not even on the secondary market, unfortunately. But these are really, really good looking figures. This is the only young Jason that NECA have produced thus far. Of course, now with the legal rights of the Friday the 13th, in dispute between the writers, this is not going to happen. Not going to get any more Jasons for a little while, which is a shame. This is a really, really good looking figure. As you can see, he's got all the moss on his head is just emerged from the water. The T-shirt is removable, by the way. Got the little Crank Crystal Lake logo there. Established 1933. I'm not too sure what year that is. It's not very clear. He's got little shorts on as well. Moss on his hands. Really good looking figure. Does stand well. And you can also have take the shirt off and put the moss on him if you wanted to. But I've kept the shirt on because it looks a bit better. Also show Pamela Voorhees. To show his articulation, because this is the first little figure they released. They've released a number of others, Chucky, and they've also got the Retro Sam coming out, and some of the Halloween free kids as well. So they've made little bodies for these other characters. So in the range of motion, he has a ball joint in the head, so it goes up and down, side to side, all that good business. The shirt doesn't hinge, the articulation goes forward, back, up quite far. He has a no bicep swivel, has a double jointed elbow, and he has hinged and swivel wrists, which is great. He has nothing in the chest, nothing in. Oh, he has a swivel at the waist, a ball joint hips go forward, go back a little bit, out quite far so you can do the splits. He has a 5 swivel. Does it have a 5 swivel? Yeah, I think he's got a 5. Yeah, he's got a 5 swivel. I just saw it. Single jointed knee. And hinge. And ankles on the hinge. You can't do anything else with just on the hinge, which is quite nice. Quite good articulation, especially for one of NECA's first mini retro figures. Here's Pamela. See the. I think that's the name. That's her name now. The name's come back to me. Betsy Palmer, I believe her name is. So I'll move this figure back. You can see here, here's Pamela with an aggressive head sculpt, with her jumper, with her top poking beneath the jumper. The jumper looks quite nice. I know they're releasing a undead version of Pamela. Not too sure what film that features. I haven't seen all the Friday the 13th films, but I know that one's coming out. That'll be one of the final Friday the 13th figures they release. Looks really, really good. She's got a belt here with the sheath for the knife. She's got the knife in hand. She also comes with an axe. I'm not too sure what accessories she came with. I've got them all in storage though. And rear articulation. Pamela has a ball joint in the head. Ball joint in the shoulders, so go forward. Yeah, it does slightly hindered by the jumper. She has single jointed elbows. She doesn't have any bicep, and you'll show on the wrists she has swivel hinge wrists. She has a swivel at the waist. Ball jointed hips go out a bit awkward, outwards. I think you have to. This one you have got to turn. Yeah, it's quite like the old Marvel Legends. She has a swivel at the thigh, single jointed knees, and also hinged. Actually, her foot. Actually, yeah, her foot's stuck. Yeah, she only got hinge in the feet with these ones. Very, very good looking figure. I do like this 2-pack. It's not my favourite my retro figures, but they do look really, really good on display. And it's nice to have them, especially as this is really the only way you can get a Pamela and a young Jason. But it's nice to have this, and they're a nice addition to my collection. Next up, I think I'll be showing off another Jason. Another one of my other ones. This is Ghostface from Scream 4. This was another early figure, quite a simple figure design really. It's just a figure with a big, pardon me for a second. Yeah, this is the Ghostface in Part 4, Scream 4, which is the final Scream film they've released. So he's got the iconic outfit with the tattered, torn edges here, which has become a popular Halloween outfit ever since. Unfortunately, one's a bit of a dirt magnet. This one, unfortunately, dust magnet, which is a shame. You see in his hand here, I've got he came with 3 accessories. Comes with a knife, the phone. It also has a voice changer, which I've also got. You can see, if I move this out of the way, you can even see the buttons on the. Doesn't want to seem to focus. Might have to take it out of his hand. Yeah, if you look at it, you can see he's look here. You can see there's loads of buttons. Yeah, no. Didn't like that. Didn't like that. I'll try and move it like that. Yeah, see loads of. Oh, just with it just then. All the buttons and little screen, which is really, really cool. Great attention to detail. Also came with a voice changer, which is in storage. The sculpt is very, very simple design on this figure. It works really well for it. I'm trying to get that phone. I'll have to move that sort of side. It's not going to get back in his hand. The other accessory, of course, is the iconic knife, which Ghostface always using throughout the film. Which each Ghostface uses in all the films. Really iconic. Do like the iconic Ghostface mask, which is really nice. Very simple design. If you just pull back the hood, it's just it's just a sculpted head beneath there. No face or anything like that. So it's not an actual. It's just a generic Ghostface. The articulation is slightly hindered by this figure. You can get a ball joint, the shoulders go up, go forward, backwards, all that motion. It has single jointed elbows. It doesn't have a biceps. No, it does not have a bicep. The head's on a ball joint. Not, it has a swivel waist, hinge and swivel and hinge wrists. See, I did have an interchangeable hand as well. The legs can go forward, backwards, out a little bit, but hindered by the outfit. And he also has hinge ankles. It's a really, really good looking figure. This one's quite expensive on the secondary market as well, because it was one of the early ones. It's a really, really nice looking figure. And this is the only representation of Ghostface I have on my shelf, so compared to I've got it. Really, really nice looking figure. Anyway, I think we'll bring on one of the iconic characters now. I think I'll bring on the Part 3 Jason. This one only came with 2 accessories. He came with the machete and a axe, which is the accessories that Jason really needs. This is a really, really cool... I think they also came with... No, he didn't come with a harpoon gun. No, he didn't. I'm not too sure, I can't remember now. If he came with a harpoon... I don't think he did come with a harpoon gun. I think only came with a machete and an axe, which is all Jason really needs to come with. Of course, the mask is removable as well, and I'll show that off. Really got a good looking face there on your face, mother could love. Really, really nice detail on that face. Exceptionally well done by NECA. I do like the hockey mask as well, especially as you can't really see the eyes beneath there. This looks black, which I really do dig a lot. He's wearing a shirt, which is more, comes across more of a jacket on this figure, which I don't have any complaints with. He's wearing his pants as well. Of course, got some blood stains on that and the shirt, which is really well done. Really nice sculpt, and that's for an early retro figure. This one's absolutely fantastic. It's still amongst one of my favourites. I know the collar does look a bit too big on him, but it suits this figure perfectly. We have articulation. Jason has a ball jointed head. It's a bit stiff to turn on mine. Has a ball jointed shoulder up, down, all that motion forward and back. Single jointed elbows, swivel hinge wrists, swivel at the waist, ball jointed hips go forward, slightly hindered by the pants, backwards, out. Does he have a... I'm not sure if he does have it. Don't think... No, he doesn't have a thigh swivel. This one, a single jointed knee and hinged at the foot, which is all the articulation. For an early retro figure, this is perfect. I don't have any problem with these ones standing at all. So I'm really, really happy with this one. One of my favourites. Really, really good. Move that to a side. As I've reviewed Jason, it's only fair I get to Freddy, and this one is one of my favourites. Of course, if you do realise, these heads are reuse of the 7-inch figures, but blown up to an 8-inch scale, because these are 8 inches tall. And this one is one of my favourites. This looks absolutely fantastic. I'll put the head on his head there, so you can see what it looks like with the head on. It doesn't sit on his head too well, the hat, but once you get it right, it looks pretty good like that. I know they've released some generic companies, the generic retro Freddy, which looks pretty cool, but I do prefer these NECA ones. There's a few get ones missing from my collection, which I still need to pick up at some point, which I do look to get at some point in the near future, hopefully. Get some of these retro Freddys, because I do love them. I do love the face sculpt. Yeah, it's great, the grinning head. This, of course, they use this on the Ultimate figure as well. The detailing is superb and absolutely stunning. Of course, he's wearing his iconic jumper from the first one, which there's no stripes on the sleeves, as it is meant to be in the original film. Wearing these dirty pants, which has got some dirt on, some boots. And of course, you've got the gloved bladed hand, which looks absolutely superb. Really, really do love this figure. This is one of my favourites. I know it's this and the Part 3 Jason are two of my favourite retro figures. This looks absolutely stunning. Stunning looking figure. Good look there. It looks really, really nice. In the way of articulation, Freddy has a ball jointed head. He does move a bit more than the Jason does. You get up and down, side to side like that. He has ball jointed shoulders, go forward, backward, up and down, forwards, backwards. Single jointed elbow, swivel hinge wrists, swivel at the waist, ball jointed hips, single jointed knees, and hinged ankles, which works really, really well. This is a fantastic looking figure. This goes for crazy money now. I'm not sure if NECA are gonna re-release this one, because obviously the legal rights have it with Nightmare on Elm Street as well, which just stopped the production of more Nightmare on Elm Street figures, which is a shame, because I love Freddy Krueger. And big fan of the figures, and would love to get more of these. But there's still a few more retro ones I haven't picked up yet, so I'll be probably getting those down and probably showing those off in an upcoming video sometime down the line when I get my hands on them, if I can find them. Anyway, this is a really, really good looking figure, highly recommended. His hat has a tenacity to pop off. Now, as for the more hard standing figure, this is the Part 5 Roy Jason. This one's a pain to stand up. He does stand now, but usually this figure does not stand that well at all. I'll show the face off first. It looks really good. The Roy, they've also redone the new Ultimate figure, which looks really, really cool, which I have not picked up yet. I'm a little bit behind on the Ultimate figures, but it looks really, really good. I'm looking to get it sent down the line, because this is Retro is good, but I do prefer the Ultimate one, because it does look a bit better. You can see he's wearing blue overalls. Roy is, and he's got bloodied hands, which is really, really nice, really unique to this figure. The mask is good as well as the blue chevrons. He does come with a number of accessories. Also, he came with... I'm trying to think what accessory he came with. He came with the shears, but also he came with another knife, I think, but I can't really recall them on my head. I haven't used those accessories for quite some time, so I can't really remember at the moment. The way of articulation, this figure has a ball joint head, which is a bit thing. My one has a tenacity to pop off the head. It's done shelf dived a few times, but it hasn't really damaged the paint. It's got ball jointed shoulders, go up and down like that, forward a bit stiff. The single jointed elbow, swivel hinge wrist. Well, you know the dealio by now. With these, he has a swivel at the waist, ball jointed hips, single jointed knees, and hinged ankles. This one's a bit of a pain to stand, but it's a fantastic looking figure, especially as this was testing the waters to see if they could do a part 5, which they have eventually done, which I'm going to pick up in the future. This is a really, really good looking retro figure. Really, really nice. Very unique, especially as they never did a Roy before. This was the first Roy, and it does stand the test of time still. Next up, I'll be bringing in... I think it's only fair I'll bring in another Freddy. This is the first Part 2 Freddy I got. This one I had a problem because of the board joint snapped in the head, so I've had to put a bit of blue tack and a little bit of wire, a bit of metal in there to get it working, to interchange the head, which does work very, very well. As you can see, this is a Part 2. He's got the frayed jumper, which looks really, really cool. The same hands as the first figure. Doesn't really need to change them. The nice glove. I do have the gloved hands. On this, I do have the facial expression. Really, really angry and annoyed. Really well done. Really, really good looking for that. Especially some reuse, just a different head and different jumper with the freight, which looks really, really nice. And you also get an interchangeable hand, which is the flesh glove hand. With the flesh when he has the hand. You've seen the film, you know what I mean. And he also has a head with the brain exposed as well, which is really cool. And the way of articulation, this Freddy has a ball jointed head, but mine's a bit loose, so be careful there. Ball jointed shoulders, single hinged elbows, swivel hinge wrists, swivel at the waist, ball jointed hips, single jointed knees, and hinged ankles. So it's a standard procedure for these figures. Does stand very well. It's really, really nice. Do love these retro figures a hell of a lot, and this Retro Freddy is one of my favourites. And the last one I've got, I've still got a few gaps in my collection to get a few more of these. It also comes with a more tattered hat, which does sit a bit better on this Freddy than it does on the first one, which is really cool. So looking to get more Freddy's, so if I do any more, get any more, I'll probably do a video overview of my Retro Freddy collection. And next up, we're lining out the villains. This is the Part 6 Jason. This is the first Part 6 I got. I didn't get the I did not get the Ultimate version until the re-release of about a couple of years ago, about 2 years ago, which is a phenomenal. I think it was last year I got it actually, and that's a phenomenal looking figure. But this one was to test the waters as well. Really, really cool. Unfortunately, my mask, the eyes are a bit uneven. That's alright, so it's on the shelf. The detailing on this figure is absolutely exceptional. He's got his knife sheath here, his sheath for the machete. The belt looks really good. Really, really nice looking figure. I do love this figure a hell of a lot, even though I've broken a few of the accessories. It's still one of my favourites. I do love the head sculpt as well, which is incredible, absolutely incredible. But I just love the 7-inch version just a little bit more. See blood spatter there from some of the scenes. Really, really nice looking figure. Overall, highly recommend this one. It also again goes for crazy money, which is a shame, but really, really good. Anyway, articulation, ball jointed head, ball jointed shoulders, single jointed elbows, swivel hinge wrists, swivel waist, ball jointed hips. And he does not. No, he doesn't. Does he have? He does. Oh, these later ones do have a thigh swivel. Single jointed elbows and hinged ankles. Really, really good looking figure. Despite its a few errors or its breakages and a few errors, it's still one of my favourites. Really, really cool looking figure. Now it brings me to the only number of film protagonists that NECA have released in this line. First one being here, this is the Hero Ash. I'm looking forward to that single pack Ultimate Hero Ash, which is just released in Walmart in America. I'm going to Walmart, we're going to in America again in November, so hopefully I can find it there. This is the Hero Ash, looks really, really cool. I know people had complaints about this figure because the shirt collar has a tenacity to not sit down properly. But the likeness to Bruce Campbell is really, really good, and that's just an upscale version from the original Hero Ash figure, which I've also got in my collection. Not the Ultimate, just the original Evil Dead 2. You can see he's got his chainsaw here, looks really, really nice. The blade's not wonky or anything. So it's got the boomstick on the back, which goes in this holster very well. Really, really nice looking figure. Nice dirty shirt. It's even got the tear in the shirt and a tear in the pants. Really, really cool looking figure. This one goes for crazy money now, I think. In the way of articulation, Ash has a ball jointed head, which is a bit wobbly. On mine, ball jointed shoulders, no bicep swivel, single jointed elbows, swivel hinge wrists, a swivel at the waist, ball jointed hips. Yeah, just a ball joint. This is quite an old one, so it doesn't have a swivel in the thigh. Single jointed knees and hinged ankles. Really, really good looking figure, if you can get it. And finally, my personal favourite figure, which I've got in this retro line because it's so unique, because there's no other way that NECA have released this character yet, unfortunately, is the Snake Plissken from Escape from New York. This figure is absolutely phenomenal and is one of my favourite, is my ultimate favourite retro figure because it just looks so good. The likeness to Kurt Russell is exceptional. I do love the hair. I love the jacket, which fits very well. It's even got the black vest beneath with the snake tattoo, which is also there. Really nice. I do love this utility belt here. You can see he's got the submachine gun in two parts where you can put the scope and the silencer on. It's attached. That's really nice. He's also got a holster here for his pistol. He also comes with a throwing star, which I've got in storage. I do love the pants and boots. Really, really cool. This is one of my favourites. I know this is quite old now, but this is a phenomenal looking figure. Even like the subtle touch of dirt at the bottom of his shoes. I know I've said a lot of time on this figure, this is my favourite one. He's got a little bit of metal there. The buckles are done very well. Really, really nice. One of my favourite figures. They even put the gun in the holster. Like so, pistol in the holster. Really, really nice. Because he's also got a little a timer here, and the other, I forgot what the other one was. It was a timer, and there was something, and one was a timer, and one was a locator to find the president. That was it. Yeah, I haven't seen that film in a while. In the way of articulation, Snake Plissken has a ball jointed head, which works really well. Goes up, goes down, side to side, all that motion. Ball jointed shoulders, not hindered by the jacket. Goes forward and backwards, really, really nice. Single jointed elbows, swivel hinge wrists. Swivel at the waist, ball joint hips go forward, back. There's also a swivel at the thigh, single jointed knees, which are not hindered by these awesome looking boots, and hinged ankles. Really, really cool looking figure. This is a phenomenal Snake Plissken. There's not many Snake Plissken figures out there. This is only one in my collection. I'd love to get the sideshow or the sideshow ones. I'd like to get that, but the same's out of the question for now. But I would love to see if NECA could ever do a limited run Snake Plissken, normal 7-inch one. I would try and do my bottom dollar to get it because it would be phenomenal. If this one's great, that would be even better. But this is a fantastic looking figure. If you haven't got this retro Snake Plissken, I highly, highly recommend it. It's fantastic. One of the most cult films from the 80s. Very much a one-off figure for NECA. It's just it looks absolutely phenomenal. One of my favourites. I'll probably move this into my room, personal room to display because it's an incredible looking piece. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this overview of my NECA retro figure collection. I'll be getting some more ones down the line, and over the next year, probably some coming out, which look really, really cool, which I'm looking to get. But this is my collection thus far, so these may not appear in a future video. But anyway, this is the ones I've got for now, and I hope you enjoy the content. Please like, share, and subscribe, and bye for now.